everybody chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
No.
It's a little shorter.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Agninaya supatarayi asman Vishvani deva vayunani vidvan Yuyodi asma juranameno Bhuishtarammatinama uktim vidimam. Translation. O my Lord, powerful as the fire, omnipotent one, now I do offer you all obeisances, falling at your feet on the ground. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And as you know, all of what I have done in the past, please make me free from the reactions to my past sins, so there will be no hindrance to my progress. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhkativedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. The surrendering process and praying for the causeless mercy of the Lord leads the devotee progressively on the path of complete self-realization. The Lord is addressed as the fire because He can burn anything into ashes, including the sins of the surrendered soul. As described in the previous mantras, the real or ultimate aspect of the Absolute is His feature as the personality of Godhead. His impersonal feature of the Brahmajyoti as a dazzling covering over the face of the Lord. Fruitive activities, or the karmakanda path of self-realization, is the lowest stage in this endeavor. As soon as such activities become even slightly deviated from the regulative principles of the Vedas, such activities are transformed into vikarma, or acts against the interest of the actor. Such vikarma is enacted by the illusion-living entities simply for sense gratification, and thus such activities become hindrances on the path of self-realization. Self-realization is Īśopaniṣad, the knowledge that brings one nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Om Agyan Tirinandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshunamiritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhkativedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes for the torchlight of knowledge. So, welcome. Hare Krishna. This is the conclusion of the Īśopaniṣad. We've been going through this book for the last few months. So today we're reading the last mantra. O my Lord, powerful as the fire, omnipotent one, now I do offer you all obeisances, falling at your feet on the ground. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And as you know, all of what I have done in the past, please make me free from the reactions to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. So this material world is full of sinful activities. This is the reason why we have come here, to actually commit sinful activities. This is the only purpose of creating this material world, so we can commit sinful activities. What is a sinful activity? Sinful activity means against the desire of Krishna. Anything we do against the desire of Krishna is sinful activity. So this is a rather a new concept of sin to us, because we tend to think that sin means something that is generally understood as something evil, something bad. Just like, for example, the terrorism right now, very much discussed, the terrorists. So everyone says this is very bad. But in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada explains, and Lord Krishna also explains, that this idea of good and bad, this is simply a mental concoction, our mental concoction. Such a thing does not exist, truly speaking. What is good, what is bad? These are simply relative terms. For example, someone, you ask him, what is your favorite food? How do you enjoy very nicely? So they will say, I like chicken. Chicken is very good. So this is his definition. This is good. This is good food. I enjoy very nicely. But for the poor chicken, for the animal, it is the worst thing. He has to die just because this person wants to satisfy the desire of the tongue. The poor animal, he has to die. So what to us might seem very good, very nice, to others might seem the worst evil. Right? So there's a war. There's one state against the other state. And the citizens of that one state, they pray to God, they pray to Krishna, oh please help us so we can kill the enemy, we can murder him, kill him, and we can win the war. So in the same way, the other state, the other country, they also pray to Krishna, please, he killed his enemy, kill these rascals. So this is a very difficult job for Krishna. See, to nicely harmonize everyone's desire in such a way that everyone is satisfied. Actually, it is not possible. And that's why there's the law of karma here in this world. The law of karma. If you enjoy, then you have to take responsibility. Whatever little pleasure you take in the material world, there's a reaction. And we don't have to go far to future lives or past lives. We can just see in our society, if a person wants to go, let's say, to Florida for a holiday, he has to work so hard to earn the money to purchase the ticket and so on and so on. So no enjoyment is without work. This is called material world. But in Krishna consciousness, there is simply ananda, simply enjoyment, no work. No work. This is the nature of the spiritual world. See, we have the material world here, but this is a shadow reflection. This is not where we're supposed to be. I am eternal. I am a spirit soul. And because I am eternal, I belong to eternal atmosphere. Because everything here is impermanent. Just like, the relationships are impermanent. The countries are impermanent. The wars are impermanent. The marriages are impermanent. Everything is impermanent, including my body and my life. But I am eternal. I am nitya. So, therefore, the natural conclusion is that this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not my home. I should not make this place very comfortable so I can stay here forever and ever. The more I try to enjoy in this world, the longer I have to stay here and take another birth, another birth, another birth, and try to squeeze out some pleasure from this impermanent atmosphere. That is not possible. So, these sinful activities, there are sinful activities. It is not that now I can do whatever nonsense and there's no reaction, everything is relative, so there's no use of following any sort of morality. No, there is. And that sinful activity is if I do something that is against Krishna's desire. Against Krishna's desire. The Vedas, the Vedic injunctions, the scriptures, the holy scriptures. When we say Vedas, we don't necessarily mean the Īśopaniṣad or the Bhagavad Gita. Even the Bible or the Holy Quran, or Lord Buddha's sutras, they're also considered to be the Vedas, because these are injunctions for the people how to act in this material world. So they're given to us, and there are different types of instructions for different kinds of purposes to be achieved. Simply following pious life, that I don't steal, I don't lie, I don't kill, this will not bring me a liberation from this material existence. That is not enough. That is simply the qualification of a human being, that I control my senses, right? I'm not like an animal. If an animal comes here, he cannot control himself. No, because we're a human being, we can sit down, we can hear the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, right? But unfortunately, many people, they don't come here, they don't feel any interest. So they're not better than the animals. Well, why they don't come here? Because they cannot tolerate to sit down and hear about God, about Krishna. What do I get out of this? Everyone is thinking of some economical benefits. What do I get out? There's nothing here. I'm just hearing some stories, some fairy tales about some god. I better go and earn money. This is practical. Right? The mind cannot tolerate. But that fool, actually, he does not understand that all the money he has to give up at the time of death. He cannot keep anything. Whatever he is working now, whatever nice arrangement he's trying to accomplish now, he will have to give up at the time of death. He will have to give up all the relationships, all the money, even his own body he will have to give up. So this working hard and enjoying, this is not better than the animal. This is not why the human form is here. We have a higher purpose, and that higher purpose is to inquire about Krishna, about spiritual realization. So the sinful activity is to go against the desire of Krishna, and the human form is not to simply stop sinful activity, but to develop our relationship with Krishna. In other words, engage ourselves in this devotional service. Devotional service means that I take initiative. I take initiative to serve Krishna. This is why this Krishna consciousness is a pure religion. It's a pure religion. There is religion, but Krishna consciousness is pure religion. See, no material desire that I approach Krishna to get something. No. No material desire for anything material. We're chanting Hare Krishna. And no desire for mundane knowledge. Some mental speculation. Some, people, they come and they hear, but there's no practical action. Right? When we chant Hare Krishna, this is practical. We have a nice class, but we also have a practical engagement, chanting. And it is not that simply we're chanting Hare Krishna and that's it. There are so many engagements throughout the day. The devotees are working very hard. Translating the books, working on the website, going out, distributing the books, distributing the flyers, going out, chanting outside, writing about different aspects of Krishna consciousness, talking to different classes of people about Krishna, to the scientists, to the artists, to the politicians. All aspects of life are included in Krishna consciousness. So this is called devotional service. That we can dovetail anything, whatever you do, but do it for Krishna. Do it for Krishna. And how do I do it for Krishna? I have to take shelter of the bona fide spiritual master, who is an expert servant himself. He's an expert devotee of Krishna, and that's why he can teach us how to please Krishna to our best ability. So here in this verse, the advantage, the value of devotional service is emphasized. The value of complete surrender. Right? We can surrender to Krishna partially. So we can do a little bit of Krishna, a little chant here and there, chant a little bit Hare Krishna along with our material activities. But if we surrender fully, that from now on from now on, everything I do, I will do it for Krishna. I will eat for Krishna. I will chant for Krishna. I will think for Krishna. Even if there's needs, I will have sex life for Krishna. This all can be done for Krishna under the guidance of the spiritual master. So if I make that determination, then Krishna promises in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharma parityajya mam ekam saranam rajam tam sarvasvabhabhyo mokshayishami masucha. That I will deliver you from all these sinful activities. We're committing sinful activities every moment because we're enjoying separately from Krishna. Just like, the regular people, they eat, but they don't offer their foodstuff for sacrifice. Krishna is giving us the grains, the sun, the fruits, the vegetables. You cannot manufacture grains in a factory. If you have a big industry, big factory, McDonald's or something like that. No, McDonald's is a bad example. Some factory, some mechanical factory, iPhone. They make iPhones, but they cannot make a single grain. Right? That is made by the supreme scientist, Krishna. That design they are not able to imitate. So expert how the seed develops, how that very tiny technology of a seed is there. The spirit soul comes, then the seed starts growing and grows into a monumental tree like that. It's amazing, amazing technology. See, just like they have a chip, right? Now in the computer, in a computer chip, you have all kinds of data you can store, many gigabytes like that. So that is a mere imitation. Krishna can do such a thing, and it's not a virtual. It's not a virtual that you see it on a monitor. It's in reality a tree, and that tree can manufacture more these tiny seeds, tiny chips of nature. How amazing is that creation? Right? People are very much amazed by the modern inventions, the iPhone, this Facebook, internet, whatever, robots. But they don't perceive the miracle of the supreme scientist, Krishna. How Krishna has arranged this whole universe. And why? Because they're absorbed so much in sense gratification, they're not able to see the whole creation. Right? It's like today I was chanting my japa in the morning and I saw a beautiful sky. There was a beautiful sight of the clouds and the sky and so on and so on. So it was such a beautiful sight, but we hardly look in the sky because we're always thinking of money and enjoyment, and people now they don't even look at each other. They just look at their world became very, very limited. With the iPhones. So Krishna actually, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, he gives a help to the conditioned souls, that if you're not able to come to the temple and devote yourself to Krishna directly, then you think of me. Whenever you drink water, he says, I am the taste of water. Whenever you drink water, you think, oh, that taste, very pleasing taste. You can't imitate the taste of water. Actually, people say there's no taste in water, but there is a nice taste, right? If you drink Coca-Cola or whatever, you become so much saturated with sugar, then water is the only drink you can have. So that pleasing, nice taste, that is Krishna. Krishna compares himself to this nice taste. I am the fragrance of the earth. I am the he gives so many analogies. So many examples how we can meditate on Krishna in the material creation. So Krishna is trying so hard to turn our face from sense gratification, just like those two birds in the Upanishads. Shveta Shavarupa or Munaka Upanishad, one of those. There are two birds sitting on one branch, on one tree. One is eating the fruits and the other is simply witnessing. So the Jiva Atma, the conditioned soul, the minute soul, he's eating the fruits. He's eating. We're enjoying the material world, enjoying. And Krishna is in the heart as the super soul. He's witnessing all our psychological movements. You can cheat myself, you can cheat Ramachandra, you can cheat so many people, but Krishna you cannot cheat. Krishna is witnessing everything, whatever you're thinking, even your thoughts, Krishna is witnessing. So we should understand how intimate friend Krishna is. He's so intimate. People try to be intimate, they have sex life and and so on and so on. Try to be very intimate. But there's no such a lover who can read your mind, thought after thought after thought. So Krishna is our best friend and we can meditate on it. But if we render service to Krishna, then Krishna becomes revealed more and more and more and more. Krishna is not our servant that he can come at our beckoning, that we say, Krishna, I want to see. I didn't see Krishna, I didn't see God, that's why God doesn't exist. No, Krishna is not your servant. You serve Krishna in such a way, so humble, render such humble service, that Krishna will be attracted. Oh, this devotee, he puts so much love in the service. It's like we can chant. We're chanting Hare Krishna. We can chant like a robot. Oh, Hare Krishna, oh, what a drag. Oh, what's the time? But we can also chant with love. Oh, let me chant. This is Krishna. Krishna. When I'm chanting Krishna, it's Krishna personally. I'm associating with Krishna personally. I should not be inattentive, right? Well, I should chant with awe and reverence. And right now, I'm in the direct association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is what I should remember. I should not take, as the Christians, they say, I should not take the name of God in vain. I should not take in vain, with sincerity. And that sincerity increases when we render devotional service, when we give some service. Just like here in a temple, you can render so much service. Simply you have to turn your face to Krishna, right? We're not accustomed to think like that. Well, what should I do for God? How should I serve Krishna? We're not accustomed. We never inquire, what can I do for Krishna? We take it automatic. Oh, the sun is here, the water is here, the food is here, the vegetables here. Yeah, so let me just enjoy it. This is like an animal, a dog. When you have a dog, does anyone have a pet here?
I do.
Yeah, okay, so a dog, he doesn't... What type of pet you have?
Rabbit.
A rabbit?
Yes.
Okay. So the rabbit, he doesn't question, where is the food coming, where are the carrots coming from. The carrots are there, whatever you give him is there, and he's taking automatically and living very nicely. Right? So we should not be like a rabbit. We should inquire. We should develop our relationship. That Krishna is giving me something, let me give something in return. Right? Krishna gives you that freedom that you don't have to. You can go on like that. And if you're not careful, you can become a rabbit yourself. You can degrade into a rabbit yourself if you never consider it of anyone else's well-being. Krishna gives you that choice, but I will not be happy. I will not be happy like this. Because the pleasure I'm tasting is temporary. Right? Just like in a human form. The human form is very much developed. The senses are very developed. You can have the best sense gratification in the human form. The eyes, the sight, the touch, everything. The animals, if you look at the animals, they cannot enjoy as much as a human. Right? Their enjoyment is very limited. Like look at the dog. How he's enjoying. He's taking a bone, having a sex life with a she-dog, and that's pretty much it. No variety. It's eating, sleeping, sex, fighting, that's it. Not much. The dog is not thinking of some sophisticated sense gratification. Right? But in a human form, because we have so much developed senses, we can develop the most wonderful sense gratification ever. Like this Dubai, right? That's state Dubai. You visited Dubai?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So maybe you can ask Badar later on. He's going to tell you. It's a place where they have a street made of gold. A street made of gold, right? They have islands in the sea which are made into like a map of the world. You know, all these kinds of things. You know, the most highest building in the whole world. All these things they have, right? Because the senses are developed. The people can appreciate. They one day people go there, they must be shocked. Wow, this is amazing stuff. But this is a misuse. This is a misuse. These senses, why they're so much developed? Why the sight, why the smell, why the taste, why the talking, why is it so developed? So we can understand Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure. See, why should I be satisfied with tiny little pleasure? Let me go to the reservoir of all pleasure. This is what Krishna means. The word Krishna means the source of all pleasure, or the reservoir of all pleasure. So I should be sincere. Even if you want to be, people say, I don't like this Krishna consciousness. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy nice sex. I want to enjoy nice drugs, and you know, like anything. So even if you like that, that is good. But be sincere about your pursuit. Why don't you enjoy unlimitedly? Why are you satisfied with a temporary pleasure? Sex life. How long can you enjoy sex life? At most 5 minutes, 6, whatever, 10 minutes. You know. Drugs also. You know. This comes and goes. The pleasure comes and goes. The nice food also. I give you your favorite food. I give you another plate. At the third plate, fourth plate, after fifth plate, you will say, "Oh no, I don't want this anymore." So there's a saturation. You know, the body is limitation, but the soul is such itananda. The pleasure is unlimited. Unlimited. The pleasure of the soul is unlimited. This is actually what we want. We're trying to enjoy unlimitedly, but we're enjoying through matter. But because matter is impermanent, that's why always frustrated. You follow? We're eternal, we want eternal enjoyment, and we try to enjoy through matter, but matter is always checking us because it's impermanent. It comes and goes, and we're constantly searching for Krishna everywhere. You see, so I should not hesitate. Krishna says, Masucha. He says, do not hesitate. Surrender now. Surrender right away. Don't wait for another life. Don't waste time with more and more sanskarification, searching in a place where you can't find Krishna in material world. You can't find Krishna in the material world. This temple is not a material world. This is actually spiritual world. Wherever there is a performance of devotional service, that place turns into spiritual worlds. You can also spiritualize your home. If you render service, if you do service to Krishna, devotional service, some Krishna conscious activity in your home, then your home becomes spiritual world also. Right? So we should turn this world into a spiritual atmosphere. This chanting is how you can begin your devotional service. It does not require even to have a place. You can be homeless. If you chant Hare Krishna, you're spiritualizing your whole environment and yourself, your mind, your intelligence, everything. And if you have some talent, if you have some propensity, everyone wants to do something, right? If you chant, ultimately, that is very high stage. If you can chant 24 hours, that is very much welcome. But, we get tired. So then what do? We just forget Krishna and do some nonsense. No. You continue. You don't have to chant. So you read a book, or you go to your job, work for Krishna, earn money, give for Krishna's service. Or you have some propensity, some skill, some painting, so you paint a nice picture of Krishna. Or you're a musician. So you're a musician, right? So you dovetail your musical abilities to glorify Krishna, glorify God. There's no obstacle. Everything can be engaged in Krishna consciousness. So we should tax our brains. How I can spiritualize my life. So every moment I am being reminded of Krishna. See, this is pure religion, Krishna consciousness. This was not being given before. God consciousness is being presented as some kind of a hobby. Right? You do your sense gratification, your life, you work for yourself, and then, just to be sure, you pray to God, please, protect my sense gratification. This is not a nice relationship with God. I should give more and more. I should give my mind to Krishna. I should give my love to Krishna. I should give my food to Krishna. I should give my family to Krishna. I should give my society to Krishna, my country to Krishna. Everything to Krishna. And if we do like that, then we'll enjoy spiritually. That pleasure we derive by doing seemingly ordinary activities, have no cessation, simply enjoyment. Such a life is possible. This is actually possible. If you practice Krishna consciousness, if you simply begin this process, it's like we recommend, if you want to take initiation from Srila Prabhupada, we recommend that you chant 16 rounds on the Japa Mala, as Ramachandra Prabhu showed you very nicely. And we ask the prospective disciples to abstain from sinful activities. So if you simply practice these, you'll be happy 24 hours. It is possible. No more depression, no more turn downs, no more anxiety. It is possible if you simply try this. If you simply attempt, if you make an attempt, okay, let me try it out at least. You will fall down, okay, many times. There's a fall down, just like a child. Child is trying to walk, right? He doesn't walk right away. He falls down so many times. But ultimately, there will be a point when he can walk. And then he will run. So we should try. We should make an endeavor. Yes. Okay, let me take initiation from the bona fide spiritual master. What is the harm? There's no harm. No one has ever died by not smoking or by not eating meat or by chanting Hare Krishna. No one has ever died. Quite the opposite. People were saved, just like this George Harrison, the Beatles, George Harrison. He was a devotee of Krishna. So he said that he was going with a plane, with an airplane, to somewhere. He was going from America to England, or I don't know. And all of a sudden there was a problem. The airplane started, going down. Everyone was panicking. Everyone was screaming like crazy. So he was just chanting Hare Krishna. He was chanting on the top of his lung. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then the plane actually, again, revived its course and everything. Everyone was saved. So Hare Krishna mantra can save you. Don't think it's some some mundane song, or there's a great potency. And Prabhupada, today I was reading that if you're able to chant constantly, if you make it a practice, the more you chant, the better. If you come here, it's very nice because automatically you're forced to chant. Right? At home it might be a little difficult. If you start chanting Hare Krishna, maybe your family or they will think you're crazy. But if you come here, or on the street, if you're on the street, you start chanting Hare Krishna, they might even lock you up or something. But if you come to the temple, it's an inducement. That's why the temple is here, and it gives you some kind of inspiration. An association of like-minded devotees. You get inspired. Yeah, okay, let me chant Hare Krishna. So take advantage. And if you can chant on the beats also, this is very, very good. Because your chanting is you counting, you're chanting. It's an inducement. If you count, then because we're all materialists, we like to count. So instead of counting our money, why don't we count some rounds? Counting rounds of japa. And if you make this chanting more and more, let me chant 16 rounds, let me chant 32 rounds, whatever. Let me come to the temple, let me chant with the devotees, let me go out and chant with devotees outside. If you make it more and more and more, see, the mind is rebelling. Well, what about this? If you simply chant, what about this, what about this, what about this? But don't worry Don't worry about these things. They're all controlled by Krishna. Krishna controls your whole life. You cannot even control your mind. Just think about it. You try to control your life. That, oh, Krishna should not take, this is my life, you know, he's taking too much of my life. Too much chanting I'm doing. This is not healthy. But just consider, you can't even control your mind. You know, you can try it. You chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, and try to focus on the vibration. The mind is going here, there. It's very difficult to control the mind. So throughout our day, we're not aware, but our mind is being controlled by the modes of material nature. So if you chanting as much as possible, chanting, if possible, constantly chanting. Don't miss any opportunity. You're waiting for a bus, you don't know what to do, chant Hare Krishna. Someone, you know, didn't come for the meeting, chant Hare Krishna. You're washing the dishes, chant Hare Krishna. You're taking a shower, chant Hare Krishna. Because you don't know when death comes. And Prabhupada, coming back to what I was reading, Prabhupada was saying, if you chant like this, then even in your dreams, you'll be chanting. If you constantly chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It actually happened to me. I actually had a dream like that, and Ramachandra also, he can tell you. Because we're chanting so many times throughout the day, that even in the sleep, you're chanting in the dream. Hare Krishna, Krishna. And Prabhupada was saying that if you become like that even in a dream, you know, it happened to me only a few times, but if every day, every night you have a dream that you're chanting, then at the time of death, even if you fall into coma, imagine if you fall into coma that you cannot speak, internally the chanting is going on and you go back home, back to Godhead. See, this is why we're chanting so many times, because at the time of death the mind will be so much disturbed that it will be very difficult to think of Krishna. And if we think of anything else than Krishna at the time of death, something inauspicious, we think of a rabbit, you know, then we have to degrade. You know, yam yam vapi smaran bhavet tyajatyanti kalevaram tam tam evaiti kontiya sadat bhava. Whatever you think at the time of death, the last thought, that body you will get. See, so you can test yourself. What is my mind absorb the most? You know, is it music? Is it you know, my family, or is it my rabbit, or is it Dubai? You can analyze yourself. What is the most important thing in my life? What is my focus? Yes, we have material activities. Yeah, they're there. We should take care of them. Yeah, but what is the most important? Most important is Krishna. Always think like this. Then it will be very easy to think of Krishna at the time of death. So I'll stop here. Any questions? Please welcome to ask. Yes.
Just a request. Can you reread the Sanskrit of the mantra?
The Sanskrit?
Yeah, the Sanskrit.
Agne naya supathare asman vishvani deva vayunani vidvan yori asmach juhurana meno bhui stam te nama uktim vidhema. You want to learn Sanskrit?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I try to actually, I mean, memorize maybe not, but like also words, you know, you can recognize some words, like Agni is fire, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And can you say also the whole meaning, the translation of the...
O my Lord, powerful as the fire, omnipotent one, now I do offer you all obeisances, falling at your feet on the ground. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And as you know all of what I have done in the past, please make me free from the reactions to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. Any other questions? Yeah.
So the mission is going back home, back to God. Right?
Yes.
So what is the attraction there? Because you said it's service, right? We're all serving eternally. So why not just to continue to serve here, Krishna? Why do we have to go back home, back to God?
Well, because Okay, well, that can be answered in many different ways, but actually, again, I was reading today, I'm just going to repeat what I heard. Prabhupada says that we have never fallen. We have never actually left Krishna. This is also Krishna. This is also Vaikuntha. But we're thinking, just like in a dream, thinking that we have fallen. We've fallen down. As soon as we want to enjoy separately, then Krishna gives us this dream of material existence. So that dream should be finished. But a pure devotee, although he's here, he's in the spiritual world because he sees Krishna everywhere. He doesn't see a building, he sees it all. This is matter which is produced from Krishna. It's coming from Krishna, so immediately he thinks of Krishna. Just like a mother, when the mother's child dies, a little baby dies, so she's very much absorbed in meditation on the child. And then she finds a little sock of the child, right? She sees the sock, immediately she sees the child. So in the same way, a pure devotee, he doesn't see these things like that, like we see. He sees that this is Krishna, this is Krishna, this is Krishna's energy, Krishna's intelligence, that he invented this fan. Like that. Everywhere he sees Krishna. So for him there's no difference. But we see, fan, I can get some nice, for my senses, or it's so pleasing to my body. So we see things differently. We see them as for sense gratification. So that has to be finished. That's what it means, going back home, back to Godhead. Yeah.
So there is no actual need to aspire to go back home?
No, this is what it means. First of all, let us understand what it means. Going back home, back to God, it means changing my mentality. Krishna consciousness. Right now we have sense gratification consciousness. So that has to be finished. That I cannot go back home to Krishna with this sense gratificatory mentality that I want to enjoy my senses. Yeah.
So in other words, it's not a place that we go to, it's a state of consciousness.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So once we change our state of consciousness, then at the time of death, we don't get reborn. We just stay
Yes.
in Krishna world.
Yes. We have to. It's not that at the time of death I start chanting my 16 rounds. That at the time of death I have to come to that stage before, and then it's just like a natural progression. Actually, Prabhupada explains that for a pure devotee, he's looking forward to die, because he's going back home.
Like Jesus, he achieved the Christ consciousness, and then when he was about to die, he was still the same. He didn't curse the people who were killing him because he knew he was going back to God.
That's right. Yes. You wanted to say?
Yeah. It just made me think that the pure devotee, so you said that he completed the whole process, so he will be happy to die.
Yes.
Because he's ready, actually.
Yeah.
And the common people is not ready, so
No.
they're not ready, so they fear, of course. They want always to delay
Yeah.
death.
But what is worse, that they make a show that they're not afraid. They're imitating the pure devotee. They say, I'm not afraid of dying. And they waste their time instead of being anxious. So from that point of view, it's good to be afraid of dying.
Yeah.
It's good to be aware what is our position.
But that's also the cheating propensity.
Yes.
Like you want to cheat yourself.
That's
Because
right.
the mind is cheating yourself.
Yes.
But you're not aware of it.
Yes. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's why the
So
spiritual
if you
master
don't-
comes and he speaks very harsh words, very cutting words. He says, "You're a rascal, you're a mudha, you're an ass. Wake up." This is necessary because we're so comfortable, so stuck, with the senses, so much attached to the sense gratification, that the spiritual master has to cut. You stop this. You're nonsense. What you doing? You're sinful. What you doing here? You killing so many animals. So many people are suffering because of your enjoyment. What you doing?
I have a question.
Yeah.
But it happens the baby. It's not supposed to happen with the baby when the baby dies. And why is this happening?
Well, because there's the law of karma. Nothing happens by accident.
Okay.
See, the baby is not a baby. We're actually the spirit soul. Just like in the past, you had a baby body, okay?
Okay.
But that body is no longer here.
Okay.
Now you're grown-up woman,
Yeah.
okay? So that means that even the body changes, you do not change. The baby body you had is dead, is gone. But you're not gone, you're still here.
Okay.
That means that you're not the body.
Okay.
Okay? So why you got this particular body, why I got this particular body, is because of the activities in our previous life. How else can you explain so many varieties of life? So many different varieties of situations. Someone is born rich, someone is born poor, someone is ugly, someone is Claudia Schiffer, or I don't know who's now the top model. I'm not aware. So this is because of karma. So a baby who dies, of course it's very sad, but it's not an accident. There was some karmic reaction.
Okay.
It's just that we cannot.
For example, abortion.
Yeah.
The children who are aborted, these are people who committed abortion themselves. Tit for tat. Tit for tat, yes.
I was wondering maybe more like elaboration to a question is, what about his spiritual development? Like how he can become Krishna conscious? Like a baby, let's say he has 7 days to live, and then he's going to die. What he can do?
Chant Hare Krishna, take prasadam, dance.
The same.
There's no impediment. Everyone, even the animals, they can also be. If you chant for your rabbit, he's getting benefit. He's going to get a human form.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what about the people who, supposedly they had a good karma, like Bill Gates, to make so much money? That's good karma.
Yes.
But now he's using it to do bad things, like he wants to, implement the Monsanto and vaccines and all these things and killing people. So, does he, when will he get his karma from this life? Will it be in this life or in the next life? Or?
That is individual, but surely he will get his shares. That's for sure.
Because it seems that the people who are controlling the world are just passing the wealth from generation to generation, and they keep on, starting wars and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and when will Krishna intervene with these people? Because
No, he doesn't intervene.
Okay.
He doesn't intervene. Oh, he is letting people fulfill their desire.
So they wanted to.
You might have been also one of them in your previous life. We all have been all kinds of sinners. We have been killing people, everything. We have gone through millions and millions of lifetimes because we want this. We want to enjoy. See, it starts very slowly. It's just like, no, I don't want to chant Hare Krishna. Let me just go to a restaurant or McDonald's or something. Let me smoke ganja. It starts like that. You're not able to control. The senses overpower you. So when it comes to an extreme, when people are very much addicted to sense gratification, they break the law.
Yeah.
They break the law. This is the cause of crime. Why people become criminals? Because they can't control their senses. It's not that they want, but it's just not able to control. A man rapes a woman because he can't control. So this is how we degrade more and more and more. And we're trying to enjoy in this way, that way, and then we make this whole plan. I'm going to become a Rockefeller. I'm going to control the whole world. Like Hiranyakashipu, you know that story about Lord Nrsingadev? Was a big demon who, through yoga, he became so powerful that he was controlling the whole universe. He was controlling the rain, the vegetation, the seasonal changes. So powerful demon.
Was he like a Brahma?
Brahma?
Like a demigod Brahma.
He was praying to Brahma, and Brahma gave him this benediction.
Okay.
Yeah, so the demigods were afraid. He kicked out Indra, kicked out from the heavenly planets and sat on his throne. But even he was not happy. And why? Because he was not able to control his senses. Even he was controlling the whole universe, he was not able to control his senses. So I say differently. I say, why don't we just... Okay, Krishna doesn't have to intervene
But
because...
in that case, he intervened.
Yeah. But Krishna doesn't intervene because this is their desire. He has to fulfill it. So Krishna, he has to fulfill everyone's desire. Okay? So he doesn't intervene. He just let them have the illusion. But we can intervene. We devotees of Krishna. We can go to Rockefeller and preach him Krishna consciousness. Why don't we do that? Or Bill Gates. Let's just go, give him prasadam. Everyone is a spirit soul. Everyone is Krishna conscious. Everyone is devotee. They might be very covered, but they're devotees. So we can intervene. Why should we, tax our brains about, oh, these guys are evil and this and that, and this leads to negativity. What's the use? Everything is controlled anyway, and there's no hope and no, people like to indulge in these because they don't want to make any endeavor. It's easier to give up and just lose everything. What is the use of making this Krishna consciousness? The big guys, they control everything, and there's no use. Let me just smoke ganja, and people like this because they're lazy. Manda sumanda matayo. In Kali Yuga, everyone is lazy, everyone is less intelligent, no endeavor for spiritual advancement like that.
I mean, the people that are building the highest tower in the world in Dubai and Manhattan and all that could be used to building, for example, the temple of the Vedic planetarium.
Yes.
More Krishna temples in the world.
Yeah.
Everyone would appreciate that, just like I found this one here and I appreciate it. So it seems that there's way more work to be done from the Krishna community.
Yes.
To get the word out.
Yes. Why should we be so negative? We don't see people like that. This is a demon. This is a, because even someone might not be a Rockefeller. He's eating meat. He's smoking. He's sinful. What's the difference? This person is killing. This person is killing. There's no difference. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. If you kill one person or you kill 10 persons, you're killing anyway. We're all murderers.
What if you step on an ant by mistake?
That is killing. The same as you killing a human.
Do you get the karma of that?
Yes.
So what are we supposed to do?
Chant Hare Krishna. Krishna will protect you from all these accidental, but otherwise, if we're not devotees of Krishna, we have to suffer all these different
I have a question about milk, because the concept of ahimsa is not to make the cows suffer. But in the West, the way the milk is produced, the cows are suffering a lot.
Yeah.
So, as a Krishna conscious person, are we supposed to drink milk in the West or not?
Prabhupada says yes, because everything is contaminated anyway. You see, the vegans, they give this argument that if you buy milk, then you're supporting the industry, because you're paying, right? But you're paying your taxes, right?
Yeah.
You have to pay your taxes, so you support the government who is in charge of all these slaughterhouses.
Subsidizing the meat industry.
Yes, you can't help it. You implicate it whether you like it or not, one way or the other. But see, Krishna, he wants milk. So we give him milk, we offer him, and becomes prasadam. So that cow that is being killed, she's getting a human form. And if you don't take that milk from her, she has to take, another.
So it's only if the milk is offered to Krishna that we can